Hello and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Okay, so I was on X today and I saw this tweet and I thought I'd share it with you guys because I felt like this got a little bit harsh at one point, and I think this is one thing that I feel like I'm finding with just influencers in general. Like, I think sometimes there's no empathy, and I feel like that can sometimes just be a bit of a problem. I don't think it's always good to not have empathy in situations. So let me get into this properly so I can explain what I mean. So I've got here Digital Assets Daily, and he put up a tweet saying, "Is it still a proper party if XRP remains at 50 cents? Okay. And what he's referring to is the XRP party. Ripple are throwing a party due to them getting the legal clarity. And so this guy's basically saying, is it still going to be a proper party if the price is at 50 cents? Now, let me just start off by saying this. My answer is it's still a proper party, okay? It's not really about the price, it's about the victory. And so I don't think that should really be, the price should really be the issue here. However, there are people who said no because they're not happy with the price. And my thing with that is that I just completely understand where you guys are coming from. I think it's completely understandable to be frustrated with the price. And I don't think it's good to put people down just because they are frustrated with the price. And so I've got just a response here by Lambo. And I want to make this clear from the beginning. Lambo is my favorite XRP YouTuber. I actually agree with a lot of his thoughts and stuff like that about XRP when he debunks some of the moon theories. It's very much in line with the same way I think about XRP. So me and him are on the same page in that sense, and I really like his content and I like his humor. But I felt like this was just a bit harsh. So I just want to give a bit of pushback on this. And Matt, if you do ever see this, which I very much doubt you will because I'm a tiny channel, but I hope this isn't going to be anything that you take as a personal attack, because it really isn't. But I just wanted to do this because I feel like people don't have the chance to speak in these kind of senses. And you see what the influencers' opinions are, but you don't really see what the little guy's opinion is. And, you know, as a little guy myself right now in my small channel, I like to speak for the little guy as well. So, Lambo said, are the, quote, no, unquote, voters pouting? Quote, no, it's not a proper party because I want my Lambo now, unquote. It just seems like such an emotional response. Is the current price an indication it will never be higher? Why can't our community just celebrate the huge win, regardless of price? Okay, so my thing here is, for the most part, I do actually agree with him. Like, it's not about the price. This party was never about the price. It was about them getting legal clarity and what that means for going forward. That is obviously going to be huge for Ripple because now they can continue business in America. However, if you were disappointed with the price action from the legal clarity result, what would I say that makes you? I would say that makes you human, right? Like, he says that it's an emotional response. Well, human beings are emotional. And I think it's completely normal to have looked at the result from the price action of the legal clarity, the victory, and feel disappointed. I think that's completely rational as a human being. And so when it's like kind of talking down to people for saying, you know, it's an emotional response, well, yeah, because they're human, right? Like, look, I'm here to just talk the truth here. This is the thing with my channel. I'm always just going to be honest with you guys. I'm not here to just say, you know, XRP is the second coming of Jesus and XRP is the best thing that ever happened on planet Earth. I'm not here to say that. I love XRP. But if things happen that's disappointing, I'm just going to say it. And I don't care if I get monetized or not. I will always just be honest. The price action from the result of the legal clarity was disappointing. I think if you ask most of the community if how they felt from the price action after the ruling, I think most people will say it was disappointing. I think that's a very fair answer to say. Now, that doesn't mean I'm an XRP traitor. It doesn't mean that I'm not loyal to XRP or I secretly hate XRP or I'm spreading FUD. I'm just giving you an honest answer. That's it. That is it. I think it was disappointing. Now, that's not to say that I expected it to go to $10,000. That's not to say I expected it to go to $100. For me, in my personal opinion, if it could have at least got to like $2 and then maybe slowly start to go up as the adoption increases, for me, I would have looked at that and thought, okay, yeah, this is like in line with how I would have thought this would have gone. I would never have thought that we'd now get to a point where we're actually back to a position where the price is back where it was before the lawsuit decision was even given. That's disappointing. It is. And that's just being human and being honest. And the thing is, I'm someone who watches Moon Lambo a lot. So I know his situation quite well. And this is obviously me kind of speculating, but I've watched enough of his content to have an idea of his current situation. He's a business owner, right? And he's also a YouTuber, a successful YouTuber. So the thing is for Moon Lambo, and this is where I feel like part of the thing comes in with this, where I have to just give a bit of pushback, is Matt, I think, is in a position in life where he's not worried in terms of money. Like, I think he's stable. I think he's in a position in his life where he's stable. Now, I'm also in a position in my life where I'm stable. Like, I'm not like riding off of this to try and get me money or anything like that. I work, so this isn't the be all end all for me. However, that's why I can just be honest and say, even as a YouTuber who likes XRP, if something disappointing happens, I will just say it's disappointing, because I'm not here to just try and pull the rug over people's eyes or always be that forever the optimist. If I think something's, not great, then I'm just gonna say that. Like, I've done the whole thing about XRP Plus, and I don't know if that's really going to be something that's positive for XRP. At the moment, I think it's going to be more negative. And I'm saying that. I'm not here to try and be like, oh, it's great. It's this isn't bad. Like, no, to me, this doesn't look like it's going to be something that's going to be positive for XRP. So I'm just saying that. I'm not here to try and pull the wool over anyone's eyes. I'm not here to always make out like XRP is great. I'm just not doing that, right? So for me, this is just being like completely honest. I feel like when you're in a position in life where money isn't that much of a concern for you, then of course, naturally, you're not going to be worried about the price. You can wait because you're not in a position where you're desperate for that money. The thing here is that you don't know other people's situation. To basically say that everybody who's wanting the price to be up is because they want a Lambo, it's a very big generalization. It's a real big generalization. You don't know people's circumstances. Like, somebody could be depending on that money to pay off some kind of debt, or there could be someone who needs some kind of surgery and they needed that money to try and get the surgery. Now, could you turn around and maybe say, hey, well, you shouldn't be depending on that kind of money from the investment because there was never no guarantees? Of course. But does that mean that you have to have no empathy for that situation? That's my thing. Like, as a human, it's like, hey, I feel for you if you're in that situation. Yes, it wasn't the best idea to be banking on that kind of money in any kind of short-term position. Yeah, of course, I agree with that. But I can still say, hey, I feel for you, man, because a lot of people was expecting this lawsuit to be over and were hoping that was going to create some great potential price action. So I understand the frustration. So while I do agree that this was never about price in terms of the Ripple party, I can understand people being frustrated and maybe not wanting to party. And people have that right to feel that way, And so when he says it feels like an emotional response, I feel like he's very much taking the human element out of this situation. Because it's kind of like saying, hey, why are you depressed? Why feel sad when you can just feel happy and you'll be much better? It's just not as simple as that, right? Like, as a human being, you're going to feel emotions and you're going to have reactions to things. So if you naturally do feel frustrated or disappointed, then that's just what it is. Like, as a human being, you can't help how you feel. So to say it's just an emotional response, well, yeah, because you're human and that's what humans do. Humans have emotional reactions to situations. So I feel like just saying, hey, don't be emotional about this because XRP will still go up. Yeah, I'm not selling my XRP here. It's not a thing to be like, I'm just going to give up on XRP. Not at all, because I still believe long term I will make money out of it. But I will just acknowledge that the action from the resolution of the lawsuit was disappointing. Two things can be true. It doesn't mean that if I say that it's disappointing, I give up on XRP or I no longer believe in it. It just was disappointing, but we move on. We dust ourselves off and we move on. And so there's a lot of like generalizations made here and assumptions, which I just think is it's a bit naive to say some of this stuff, right? And so my thing that I just want to say to you guys is, if you are feeling frustrated with the price, I understand. I just want to make that clear, because I know there's a lot of influencers out there and YouTubers who will kind of just make you feel bad for feeling down or feeling frustrated. And I feel like that's a bit unfair, to be honest. I really do, because one, a lot of these people are making money out of XRP anyway because they're creating YouTube content, which I'm not knocking in any way, shape or form, because I will just make this clear. If I'm in a position to monetize my channel, I will. So that's not me knocking them for that. But I don't want to be a person who kind of feels like I'm putting myself on a pedestal and saying, hey guys, why are you selling for? Why are you being silly? First and foremost, I'm in no position to tell you whether to buy, sell or hold. But secondly, hey, everybody's circumstances are different. I can't think of everybody's personal circumstances to say why it might be a better idea for them to come out of XRP. For them, it might be the better choice. I don't know. I can't say for sure. So I'm not here to judge anyone if you do decide to sell, or if you are just saying that you're frustrated. I think that just makes you human, and I think that's completely natural and understandable. And I don't think you should be made to feel bad for feeling that way. And I'm not saying that that's necessarily Matt's intention, but that's just the way it comes across, that's all. So yeah, I just want to say that, guys, like, just don't worry about this kind of thing in terms of feeling a certain way, because I know, like, when you look at people who are like influencers or people with high follow accounts and stuff like that, that they may make it seem, you know, very much like, why are you feeling bad for? Why are you feeling down? Like, you know, and I kind of feel like that takes away very much just the human element of all of this, and I don't think that's really the best way to go about this. And as I say, Lambo's completely entitled to his opinion, so I don't want to make out like he's wrong for saying what he's saying. He has every right to state his opinion. I'm just saying that it comes across like there's a bit of a lack of empathy there. Like, you can't just understand why people might be frustrated, because, hey man, let's look at this overall. We've been in like a 3-year lawsuit, which, let's be honest, is not 100% over yet. There's still stuff going on where they're trying to appeal and that kind of thing. You've got the result of that not really being as great as what we thought it would be. You've then got the fact that we actually missed out on a bull market, so it didn't even get a chance to go to its new all-time high. Like, XRP has had a lot of setbacks. It really has. Now, I'm not saying that's because of XRP. No, not at all, because it's following the whole market. It's following Bitcoin 100%. However, I do think that it's still understandable to look at that and feel like, man, when do we just get our chance? When do we get to get our situation where we get a bit of price? And I will just say this, right? Just in regards to XRP, because when this whole drop recently happened, right? When XRP recently dipped, and it was because of Bitcoin, there were other cryptos that held their positions much better than XRP did, right? And I'll give you an example. XDC had a rally not long ago, right? And then there was the dip. And yeah, XDC took a bit of a hit, but it really didn't drop that much. It actually maintained quite a lot of its price. And so this is where I'm saying, like with XRP, it is disappointing, because I would have thought that XRP would have maintained some of its price a bit stronger. And that's what I mean. Like, I'm just surprised when I'm seeing other cryptos, and like knowing that XRP is now the only crypto with legal clarity, I thought it would have held its position. Not to say we should have been still going up, but I thought it would have held its position a bit better. I'm surprised by how much it dipped, because XRP was the one that was hit like one of the hardest. It dipped like one of the most. That's surprising. It is. Like, I think if we just call a spade, that was surprising. So yeah, like, when I just look at this all objectively, because I'm not here to be XRP's mascot. I love XRP, but I'm not always going to say it's sunshine and rainbows. Like, it has its times where sometimes it's not so good. Sometimes it is frustrating. Like, that was a bit surprising and, you know, a bit frustrating. So look, I just want to say to you guys, I'm with you. Like, I look at me as like, I'm one with the people, man. Call me the people's champion. I'm here to be here for you guys, the little guys who are feeling frustrated. You know, like, I understand it. I do. And I don't want to say that everyone who's doing this is saying it because they just want price, because they just want to be rich. I think there's people who just want to see good price action, like even if it's, you know, just a little bit higher. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be like, hey, $100, but man, like, could we at least be in like the $1 range or the $2 range, just to show that it's made some kind of movement forward, some kind of upward trend? I think that's completely natural to be thinking that. But with that being said, for me personally, I am not going to sell. I'm not out of XRP. I've not given up on XRP. I still believe long term it's going to make money. I just think at the end of the day, it's completely understandable for people to be frustrated. And, you know, just one other thing, because I feel like I'm kind of going on a bit now, but it's a bit difficult when Matt said this, because he says it seems like an emotional response when really all people have done is answer the question. Now, the fact that Moon Lambo has come out and said this, people could look at it as, well, you're being emotional to people being emotional, right? Because people could look at this and say, well, why did you feel the need to have to come out and say all that? Like, it wasn't really necessary. Like, it seems like you're getting mad now because people are saying, yeah, they don't want a party, which, you know, if they don't want to, they're completely entitled to do so. If they think, no, I'd rather wait until we actually see some good price action, fair enough. Like, why are you now coming out on like what seems like a rant to put people down for not wanting to celebrate? Do you see what I mean? So it's like the whole thing could kind of go into like a vicious circle with this. So I just think maybe this could have been worded a bit better, not feeling like it was an attack on people. And I did see that there were some comments of people who responded to this. So I have seen that some people have given some pushback, which I do think is understandable. But I'm going to leave it there. Like I say, I just wanted to put this out because I felt like it was, you know, it was getting a bit out of hand. And I just wanted to say to you guys, look, I understand it completely. I'm with you guys. It's frustrating, but I don't think this is the end for XRP. I still think great things are to come, especially now it does have legal clarity. I guess we just have to wait longer. And for me, I will wait as long as it takes, because I'm not selling at these prices, because I do not believe this is the best that XRP has to offer. So I am going to stay here. But I'm just letting you guys know, if you do feel frustrated with how things have been going, that doesn't make you an idiot. It doesn't make you weird. It makes you human. It makes you completely normal. And I completely understand, and I have empathy for your situation, because I don't know what you're going through. I do not know what you're going through. So there could be completely valid reasons as to why you're feeling the way you're feeling. Okay? All right, man. I'll leave it there. This feels like it's been a bit of a rant. Moon Lambo, again, I don't think you'll ever see this because I'm such a small channel. I hope this doesn't make you dislike me, because I actually do really like your content, and I like you as a YouTuber. But yeah, I just felt like I had to kind of address this, because I do feel like that was a bit unfair, to be completely honest. You do seem like someone who's very rational when it comes to these kind of things, and you're up to just have like conversation and stuff. So hopefully, if you see this, it's not something that you will take offense to. It's just something that you can hear someone's opinion on and just take in. But who knows? I doubt you'll even see this anyway, so I'll leave it at that. But yeah, I digress. All right, guys, let's wrap this up. Thank you very much for watching this. If you did like it, please remember to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. But until next time, take care.